question. You know, your father was here about 10 years ago as a benefit dinner speaker, and he's someone that is highly respected in this room. Certainly, you, as you have seen by your reception tonight, is very well respected. Talk a little bit about the relationship with your father, how he helped you as president, and then how is your relationship with him?
Well, my relationship with him awesome. I think one of the great moments of my life was when he and I went out to center field, the pitcher's mound during the World Series against the San Francisco Giants, Texas Rangers series. It was awesome, really awesome. So I'm a 64-year-old kid at the moment, and he's 86, and it was just like going fishing with your dad for the first time. I mean, except this happened to be in front of 60,000 people and a huge TV audience. But I'm very close to my dad. I love my dad and adore my dad. There's a lot of psychobabble about our relationship, which is normal. I mean, after all, there's been only other one father-son combo to be president. The Adams boys, John and John Q, George and George W. And so it's he called me W. He said, you and Q. Anyway, so there's a lot of psychobabble about, did he want to conflict with his father? Was he competing with his father? Was he trying to be better than his father? All this stuff you might have heard, might not have heard. The truth of the matter is I adored the guy. And I wanted to live my life to the fullest. I mean, I was in a position to run for president. I'm giving you the bottom line of why I ran for president, but it's important to know how my father's role. I saw my father get in the arena, the biggest arena there is in politics, and do well. I wondered whether or not I had what it took. I was in a position to be able to run. I was the governor of the second largest state, fairly successful governor. I just got a huge vote, re-elect in '98. I won a majority of the Latino votes, 27% of the African-American votes, I don't know, all these big numbers. Anyway, I did well. I was doing well. I had a team of people I trusted. I had a philosophy I wanted to defend. I knew what I wanted to do, but the ultimate choice, the ultimate decision came down. Could I get in the arena like my dad had done? Another way of putting it is, I just didn't want to let life pass me by. I couldn't think of anything worse than people would say, he'd have been a great president, if only, I mean, the if only didn't appeal to me in the end. I thought long and hard about it. And I'll tell you an interesting story about this moment. I was conflicted about whether to run for president. I really was. I'd seen my dad be president. And by the way, in the end, being president was a lot easier than being the son of a president. When people would criticize my dad, I'd get furious. I mean, really, really furious. And frankly, behave slightly unpleasantly to people that would say unkind things about it. I mean, I defended him to the hilt because I loved him so much. So when people criticized me, it was nothing compared to the criticism that he felt. Anyway, but I'd seen all this, and 92 was a miserable year, I got to tell you. It was just a really rough year to watch this good man lose. And it broke my heart for him. Ironically enough, his defeat enabled me to run for public office. I would not have run against Ann Richards had he been reelected in 1992. It's interesting how life works, isn't it? This good guy gets defeated and enables both or two of his sons, kind of liberates us to run, thereby enabling me now to sit here as a former president. It's one of the really interesting twists. Anyway, I'd seen all this stuff, and I really wasn't sure I wanted to put my family through it, wasn't sure I wanted to do it, and was truthfully torn. And at the second church service, when I was getting sworn in, the first, of course, where we sang the hymn, the second church service, we had a preacher, a buddy of mine from Dallas, Texas, Highland Park United Methodist, named Mark Craig. The guy's a great preacher and a dear friend. I said to Mother walking into the church, I'm really struggling with this decision about president. I mean, the speculation was running wild. It seemed like that's all I was hearing. Her attitude was kind of get over it, Make up your mind and move on or something. Probably pretty good advice. It just didn't seem that sensitive at the time. Anyway, so... you listening, Mom? No. I actually called her on the phone and said, Mom, I'm going to run against Ann Richards. She said, you can't win. Anyway, so I'm in there. This is the guy, conflicted guy running for president, and Craig is preaching about Moses. You remember when God calls Moses? Moses said, "Don't call me, man. I can't give a speech. Nobody's going to follow me. Why are you picking on me?" He talks. Craig's going on and on and on in his sermon. Then he says, "But you know something about life? We need ethical and moral people who stand up and do something about our problems." And Mother leans forward and says, "He's talking to you." I got to tell you, all the doubt, all the wrestling went away. It really did. You can describe it to anything you want. Read the book. Anyway, I'm honored to be with you. Thank you for having me. May God bless you.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, we have here the President of our Student Government Association, Mr. Nicholas Darby, who would like to make a presentation.
Mr. President, it is my distinct honor to provide you with this Bible as a gift on behalf of the Freed-Hardeman University student body. Your example as a great leader and family man has inspired us all to be better people and to keep Christ at the center of our lives. We appreciate you for what you've done for our country, for keeping her safe, but most importantly, for keeping God and His Son, Jesus Christ, at the forefront of our nation. Mr. President, thank you for your service and dedication.